I'll tell you what, though. Assuming this goes to Mirage, right? If you're Sangal, what do you aim to do? Because you know you're going to lose the map, at least statistically. Do you expect them to just go for damage here? And if they end up on like a say 15x scenario, do they just allow this SKADE side?
If there is any confidence that's going to come out, I certainly don't know where it's going to come from. But as we get right into the pistol round, they just burst right in, no respect. B rush.
Understandably so, Immo finds one chip to respond before Immo gets the next say of the matter. And well, he looks to have the final say of the matter as he opens up this site admirably. Denny saw he's able to trade off to one before Immo gets the next say of the matter. Immo on for the ace, and ace he provides. That's the way.
Eagles, they need to be careful. SKADE, very, very capable aimers. These one-tap potential pistols, very dangerous in the hands of some of these members. But Logic Man does open things up towards connector. Perfect flash on short, doesn't quite connect. And this is where the Deagles become deadly.
The silver lining for Sangal, though, is that they do have short control. They have B site control. Major, as he makes his way down in towards kitchen. SKADE probably aren't going to expect this whole position to be clear. If Ships hits this shot getting across, that he doesn't. But if he did, Paz was going to be in a lot of trouble. Luckily, though, he can just dive across the site. He can get a plant. He can snap a fuse on this round. And right now, it falls down to Major to try and hold kitchen with 3 players who can push straight into him.
Yeah, Major is the massive danger man here. He needs to find at least 2, preferably 3 frags in this engagement, and he's only good for the 1. A lot of damage dealt, but with Paz so low on health and with a Mac 10 in hand, I'm really not sure what he can do here. They know exactly where he is. He peeks out, deals further damage, but can't connect onto Duplicate, and that is going to be SKADE, bouncing right back. I'll say back on if needs be, and Sangal, realistically, with these pistols right now, it's all about damage. If they can find a couple of kills, keep this economy honest, then that will work wonders. And there's 2 1-digs for Emor.
And that's the perfect opening for Sangal as well. 2 quick kills allows them to get these rifles, allows them to snowball, and frankly, it puts Oxygen very alone towards this B site as Sangal looks to push straight into him. 3 members coming up from under. Oxygen is positions known. Logic Man, AWP in hand, is going to look to try and catch him out, but it may not even matter. Emor up from short, looks to make it a third of the round now. And with that, Emor has proven to be that catalyst to kickstart Sangal's eco. Logic Man calls out by Duplicate, a wonderful peek by the Bulgarian player, but now as it goes 3-on-2, SKADE, they look to kickstart this retake as quick as humanly possible. Emor as he jumps up, he's spotted out, but it won't matter as Major fires the first. Emor, hello, welcome to the game, and well, he has definitely shown up for Sangal. 10 kills.
It's not just about how many kills he's got, it's actually the impact of them. He's been finding all of the entries, opening things up over towards middle and A. That's a nice kill from Duplicate, but with only 5 points of health left, he has to fall back and surely gets traded here. No, he's good for 1 more.
He's able to do damage, but, well, until Oxygen trades, though, they were still a man down. And Rainwaker, he's painfully alone towards Ticket right now. And, well, as he finds Paz, it's all on Emor, but what a man to have in the 1 versus 2. And I tell you what, even though he's in a tough situation, I bet you he's still feeling so confident. Rainwaker, he's going for the jump spot. Emor looks like he's going to go for the shot. Almost hits him, actually, with that. He's ready for the follow-up. There's none there. No, there's a quick scope onto Rainwaker. Now on Oxygen. He knows he has to be towards jungle. On only 1 HP for Emor, he's going to be able to get this part with that nade. Might finish the job. It's a missed shot. Nade goes in. Oxygen finishes the job. But that came way too close to cut things off, and Rainwaker, he's smoked out of position. Dare he shoot through the smoke? No, he doesn't. Instead, he goes for the angle he can, but he's caught out jumping as Paz finishes the job. And with that, Sangal, they may have found the chink in SKADE's armor. Ships elsewhere, catches out the first, looks for the second, goes for the third through the smoke. Not quite able to convert it, though. Instead, as more util goes down either way, Ships will have to eat that nade for his woes, but actually doesn't do too much damage. Instead, the molly forces Paz out of position as Duplicate's able to finish the job on him. And as Denisaur finds Engine, the retake from SKADE right now is absolutely phenomenal. Denisaur finishes the job, and SKADE make it 5 as they actually look to start really waking up to this map.
They absolutely do, and I think that the last 2 rounds have really been a showcase of how strong their retakes are. They lost the initial man on the B site, then they lost the
time this to perfection. He's got Engine and Paz to find. Is the late push from Major, who may be left in a 1 versus 1 if he's not careful here. But Engine, he'll lose his head. It's just tapped on down. But Engine, he has the timing, actually. He finds the first Paz, goes to the plant. Finished off by Duplicate, all on Major, and Duplicate goes huge. A beautiful round for him there as SKADE hits 7. More importantly, they start really putting away from Sangal here.
Yeah, that's fantastic from Duplicate. His positioning is key there in that situation. And yeah, he's
to make their way up towards top mid. However, there's aggression from Emor right now. He's caught out instantly by Duplicate, and that's going to kickstart this push. Paz now going to follow up from short. He spots out the first, able to shut down Duplicate. He's got a few more to worry about, though, and that he does. Nice early kill trades there as Logic Man gets the next say of the matter, putting it down to 8-2 on 3. Ships good for 1. Ships, however, got players to worry about as Major's dinked on down as well. And with that, it's going to put Sangal in a fairly tough position with Major's location known. Rainwaker looking to aggress on forward. Ships good for yes another. Major now on only 7 HP to try, or 6 HP to try and hold. Good for 1. Rainwaker making his way on forward. He'll finish the job, and SKADE with the pistol round.
Incognito here. I don't think they'll be expecting him to be aggressed up in Palace, but as they start to fall back, he's the danger man. And has he been spotted? No, they've got their back to him. Oh, this has gone horribly wrong. Horribly wrong.
That's heartbreaking. I believe it was Duplicate there. He had a molly in his hands, ready to cancel out that Palace flank. He doesn't throw it. Palace comes and kills them both. That is harrowing for SKADE now. As Sangal hits SKADE, they're ready for the standard execution to go straight out towards the safe site. That it does. Smokes go down, utility flies, and what this means actually is that there is a very stuck engine who has his teammates caught off behind these smokes. He's good for 2 though before he topples, as the trade's there by Duplicate through the smoke as well onto him more. Then he still trades yet once more. As Paz finds Rainwaker, the flank is taken down, and with that, it goes 2 on 2.
Very winnable situation here for SKADE. Very winnable situation for either side. They just need to play their cards right. Plenty of util here for Sangal. And as they spam through the box, Denny takes further damage. It's kind of on Duplicate's shoulder right now to make something happen. The nade comes over. Tickles further. Duplicate, there's the first one. Now into a 2 versus 1 situation. Paz, time pressure mounting against him. He needs to find both the kills. He knows where they are, but they're just not peeking. There's the first headshot, and Duplicate just needs to buy the time. Dancing around this box, toying with his opponent as he
positions already. There's already a flank from Ships, and right now, Sangal, it's going to become a fight for this round to a fight for their lives as they'll attempt to hold on to these guns, but the reality is with this flank from Ships, they may not be in a very strong position. Baz slowly inkling his way on forward, just teasingly trying to get an odd pick. Rainwaker might be shot from behind if he's not careful, as will Denny's Slaw. As Paz finds the first, this forces Denny's Slaw into the open, but Ships' flank comes into fruition. First man falls, second man not quite spotted out as it's Denny's Slaw to find as Major trades onto Ship. Last man, all on Paz, caught out by Denny's Slaw. It's a perfect round by SKADE, a 15th at that. For Sangal, they move down to a bad buy.
As with the Deagle. And Denny looking to try and find this opening pick. The Battle of the Titans, the AWP duel to take place between him and Logic Man. And there we go. He comes out on top in the first engagement. There's the second flick, and all of a sudden the A site's open for business. And Paz needs to pick this one up.
Paz trying to catch out the odd member. It's actually oxygen to fall, so there's the opening that's required. Duplicate is volley will finish off engine, though, as the Deagle of Ships rings through to Paz. Imor, the star player for Sangal, left alone in a 1 versus 4. And Ships, he toys with his prey before finishing the job. SKADE, they take map 1, 16-8, as they force themselves. We're going to see some early momentum down mid, and of course they just bomb it down. They're here to take the aim duels, and the Ships finds Imor. That's going to kick things off. Major, also caught out by oxygen, and with that, it's an absolute collapse.
Awesome, serious confidence from SKADE right now, bursting right into mid and even fighting in apartments, taking these duels. Nade does a little bit of damage, finally converts, and oh, that's rough. SKADE, they get aggressive in middle. They find 2 opening men, and they actually take a 2-man advantage, and then they continue to fight, and they lose it. 3 versus 3, very doable situation for both sides, but Duplicate still peeking, still doing damage. Paz out of the equation, and SKADE now with a man advantage once again.
With Logic Man and his teammate making their way down towards this B side. It's actually the 2 players with utility, which is a double-edged sword. 2 players with utility mean they can cut off the site, but it means that body shots are really going to be detrimental to them. Plant goes down, and well, Logic Man, he's actually able to hold it. Engine able to defend him admirably as Denny Saw falls, and with that, the push comes on out. Engine, another great shot onto oxygen, and as it falls down to Duplicate in a 1 versus 1, he suddenly finds himself in a world of hurt. Spotting out Logic Man, tries to do damage wherever possibly, knows the location of both members. He just needs to try and pressure down these 1v1s now. As Logic Man spotted out, he'll flash his way on forward. Duplicate, can he hold? He's got 5 bullets to do it with. Now just 1 bullet left in the chamber. This is his shot, forced to reload, and this should be the end of it for him. However, he fires the first, turns around, looks for a bit more, but timing isn't a blessing for him. He's forced away, and with that, it's going to be Sangal to take the pistol round.
Oh, that's such a huge mistake there from SKADE. Even, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Dennis. You're pretty much eliminated from that point forward.
Dennis Saw waiting for Sangal players to push into his crosshairs. A few who are going to ring out shots, but as the peak comes towards short, this is really where Dennis Saw's going to shine. Does he go for the aggression? He hears the players around him. He hears them jump up. Tell you what, he might be doing just that. Shifting ahead. He spots out the first. Absolutely perfect. Goes the second towards Boiler. Misses the follow-up, though, as Paz trades. And he may have overstayed his welcome as Paz finds duplicate as well. Now the trade once more, but Paz comes out on top. We need to see something incredible from Oxygen, and unfortunately, Engine finishes the job. And for SKADE, that's going to be a fairly tough round. And I feel Denisaur definitely overstayed his welcome there on short, as Sangal looks to hit 4 now.
Not the response SKADE are looking for either. I mean, this is not good. This is not good at all. They're 4-0 down. They don't have money to invest into the next. This could easily be 5-0 for Sangal. Definitely not too far gone. Very, very recoverable.
7 at this point. SKADE, they can justify pistols and armor. Brought up around most of these guns. There's the AK on ships. Denisaur's got an AWP again, but it may not be too much avail. But Denisaur finds the first now, aggressing towards second mid. And this is my worry. Overstaying his welcome. Granted, he can find Engine that time, but Logic Man trades, and the issue is SKADE don't have weapons to support it. He's left the Deagles and alone with a single AK to try and topple a full buy of Sangal. For now, though, they're going to push on forward, taking their time to just clear top mid, shifting forwards towards long, and for SKADE, 2 players stacked up towards site and long will let's catch out the odd member. It's nothing substantial, though, as they shift on forward, and with a minute to play with, options of attack are going to be, well, endless at this point. So he'd either go towards, well, literally towards BO3. They're still up for contention, and they swing on long now. This is where they can start making noise.
Well, up close and personal, with the crossfire in play, these Deagles could be deadly, and there we go. Rainwaker, who spotted out the first, entertaining the idea there could be a player on short. He's absolutely wrong, but his teammates there to support Oxygen with the 1 dig. Rainwaker with another while flashed, does get traded, but a 2-on-1 for Major to now clutch up. Ships on the fast rotation, an AK in hand, and it's not needed. Duplicate too quick to the trigger. What a finisher. SKADE, they put their first round on the board, and they do so with style, with the Desert Eagles in hand.
Tell you what as well, even though that aggression towards mid, I didn't really like from Denisaur, it did build confidence, and it means that now he has, with no utility whatsoever, I'm just going to look to just swarm in. Denisaur, he'll scope on up. If he falls, he's got the position of ships there to help out. Denisaur so quick with that kill. Finds another as well, all on Logic Man, 1 versus 5. He picks up an AK, great, but what good will that do? As right now, looks like Denisaur might even just peek straight into him, and Logic Man just shifting forward. He's spotted out. And Denisaur uncharacteristically misses a shot, so it does give Logic Man a glimmer of hope. But on 7 HP, what is he going to do? Ships finishes the job, and the SKADE...
Reinforcements and his teammates are here, trying to join the party. Major, nice little flankaroonie, finds himself at first, and Oxygen's made his position known and now needs to fight. The flash comes out, doesn't want to swing off the back of it, but with the incendiary going down, has to take the gunfight, somehow gets a dink before he drops. But SKADE, this is still going to be a very tricky retake. A 3 versus 2. The odds are against them, and the bomb site in enemy hands.
With that SKADE, do they even consider going for this? I mean, they can just scrape a buy next round, only just, and they're going to be more than comfortable if they can take an AEG and an M4 with a kit with a bit of utility. So that's exactly what they do. They back away, they look to save, and they give Sangal a chance to equalize as they tie things up. Let's see how they fare pushing ahead.
Yeah, they don't necessarily waiting for a mistake, waiting for an aggressive peak from somebody. Hoping it will be Denny in Library. And SKADE, they're just playing the long game. The patience, it's through the roof, and there we go. Engine's been spotted. Oxygen will snatch away that kill quite comfortably, and even go for a second as well. Untradeable as Oxygen tears through for 3, and SKADE, they are filled with eco come through. But Sangal have already closed this gap all the way. That last round just went horribly wrong. The investment didn't pay off whatsoever. And Sangal, not only are they boosting their confidence, they're boosting their money, and they're boosting their rounds. So, as this scoreline will line up 10 to 10, they're taking a little bit of damage. They'll have no trouble reinvesting.
Elsewhere, we see Denisaur. There's players above him, he'll hear all of this, and Major will try and spam him down. It's so messy, but eventually he comes out on top. Oxygen trades, and for an eco, this is a lot of damage. Suddenly, this is even doable, as Oxygen will await Logic Man's push. Now Logic Man pushes forward, but he comes out on top. The fact that SKADE and Eco do even more damage they did when on their force spike just even embodies why. Full push goes out, Duplicate is able to shut down one, and well, Paz, he responds with two of a kind. Aggression comes out from Apsto and Rainwaker. Hello, welcome to the half, and he shuts down both members coming his way. Leaves a Major in a 1v1 with Denisaur for long control. He comes out on top, forces it into a 2v2, and with that, SKADE. Let's see how they hold as they run it out the flagpole. Let's see how it flies as Oxygen shifting towards Graveyard. A bit of an off angle right now as Major, wary of it, could be caught out by it.
Yeah, this is a great angle from Oxygen. His only fear is if someone comes into the apartments, but what a shot from Emor. All comes down to Oxygen right now. This off angle, now very tricky to contend with. The headshot comes in. Close range fight against the AWP. The nade does so much damage, but Emor, through the clouds of it, peaks with only 6 points of health and finishes off the job. That is unbelievable. That nade could have finished off the job, and actually he goes and grabs a kit as well. I'm not sure if he would have had time on the bomb otherwise. Just about get...
They don't go through it for the time being. Instead of smokes go out into flank from Paz to try and catch out a member. And oh, that flank is absolutely perfect by Paz. Lines up 3, forces it back to a 2v2. And I tell you what, SKADE have been awful in these 2v2, 1v1 situations right now. Every time Sangal put it down to this position, they're at an advantage. And right now, as Logic Man, he has been that key kind of hallmark for their clutching ability. And as he's still alive, SKADE need to be very damn scared.
Oh, they absolutely do. Rainwaker playing in this mini pit area. Last time round, we saw the AWPer rip the head off of the player that was in this position. Major coming in from short, eliminates the crossfire. That smoke does exactly that. Forces Rainwaker right out of position. All comes down to Denny in the back of the site, and Major's there to find the headshot. Absolutely flawless. Once again, the 2v2 situation played down to the T. And as I mentioned, just the smoke grenade to cut out the crossfire that they'd established, allow the AWP to bait the player out into the open, and yeah, Sangal, they just play it.
Duplicate SKADE running through smokes into players they know are there. Oxygen eventually will finish the job, but Emor now in a 1v2, an absolutely winnable position looking at the HP of Denisaur, and SKADE need to give Sangal more respect.
You know, if Emor clutches this, I think SKADE will just, like, their morale will be in the bin. They will be feeling absolutely terrible. And off the back of that nade, thrown, he knows that there, and he gets it. Oh my goodness, Emor, what the hell is that? That is unbelievable. And that's the 4th round in a row.
Util starts landing on B. This forces Emor into sandbags. And well, as he tries to fight solo, he catches out ships. Duplicate trades. That leaves Major alone in a 1 versus 3 for the site. But the rotation's been called. The players are coming to assist. And well, Major, he seems to do a grand job holding on his own. Duplicate's toppled. And right now, SKADE still aren't pushing. They need to move forward, but they seem almost scared of Sangal right now, as they allow Major to just re-rotate.
Yeah, they absolutely should be. Man disadvantage as well as they continue to press onto this B side. The rotation's already on their way. Major's falling right back to the coffins, dealing damage through the smoke. Not taking any in return as Engine doing the same. And there we go. Major pushes right through. 2 more kills, makes it the 3rd as Engine swings through CT. And Sangal take the map 16-10. Absolutely unbelievable performance as they move on to that.
Flash will force Emor away, and Emor, the only man with utility right now to try and hold, as I think Emor went into this without buying anything. So Engine gives 1 Oxygen to trade. Oxygen looking for yet 1 more, and he does just that. And without the follow-up push from Paz, they're able to do a bit more early damage boosted up from CT. He goes 3 on 2, and that bomb, will it just be able to get into B? That it will, as with his teammate, but he ships an Oxygen into a semi-winnable situation.
Yeah, with the gap through the smoke, Paz is able to do some serious damage, but now the retake comes through. Notoriously the hardest site in Counter-Strike to retake, so a real good chance here for SKADE to convert this one, despite the man disadvantage. As they pepper more damage with these blocks, the swing comes through, the flash, it's not quite good enough, and Paz and Logic Man deal the headshots. 2 players staying alive here for Sangal. The kit on Logic Man as well allows him the most dangerous player on the server here for SKADE, as they burst up short once again, but Paz on the angle, Duplicate with the 1D. Paz needs to try and pick up these pieces. He's calling for the rotations. The org coming in. Needs to connect the headshot, so it's a bit of a firing range, a whack-a-mole. They need to connect with the heads, and Paz finds 1 more, but as it's traded, comes into a 2-on-2. Somewhat doable here for SKADE, but they need to get these rifles and fight their way out.
Eagle of Denisaur trying to catch out ahead, unable to do so. There was instead Engine good for 1, and Engine finishes the job. That shouldn't have gone in his way, but SKADE, they run out of ammo, and as the hollow click rings out from the back at least, but it may actually work. Emor gonna swing through this smoke. He's going to catch out the first one. What a shot! A Duplicate there as Logic Man responds in kind and leaves Denisaur alone in a 1 versus 2 with limited time and limited space to nade. It just forces him back for the time being. 30 seconds left, Denny, so he's got to try and get up onto this site. Bomb in hand, ready for a peek, but none comes. He's out of time, and with that Sangal, they make it 8.
I mean, it's just unbelievable from Emor. And even right at the end, Logic Man.
As Mage up towards Long, his position known, and oh, he just gets around the corner. He tries to do damage, realizing he's got to fight his way out of this position, and he damages up Oxygen, but he can't quite kill him. So, for the most part, he did the best of a bad situation, but right now, Duplicate, he's spotted out. Logic Man was trying to catch him out, and doesn't have to. Paz there to support him, meaning that SKADE's only prong will be up Long, but they try to reply with, like, one-sidedness of an attack with speed. Imor, good for one through the smoke. That's Oxygen to full, and they still set the sight, but Logic Man rings true. The bomb calls out. The bomb in such an awkward position as well. Leaves Rainwaker, the main man, to try and open up this site. He's got the support of ships, but it's from a distance, and as Logic Man shuts him down, these orcs of Sangal are just phenomenal.
You've got to take into account their money is completely broken. Despite the fact they're winning 9-1, they have hardly any cash to work with. But now it's a 3-on-3. Loads of damage has been dealt, and Logic Man hits a fast flick. All of a sudden, this round winnable once again. The C4 not gone down yet either, and ships. Oh, this is such a dangerous position. He can't even get this bomb planted. Denny wrapping all the way around, trying to get into CT. I think he's been heard though. How has this gone so horribly wrong here for Sangal? Denny is able to jam one in the back, but Engine ready to respond. And with only 13 points of health on the Orca, Engine should be able to come out on top. Shoots at the dead body. That's unfortunate. C4 gets planted. And Logic Man coming in from CT. Has to be careful. The AK, oh, it's just not quite connecting. Finally lands the final shot. And it all comes down to Denny and this 2-on-1. Element of surprise in his favor, but can he pull this off?
He shifts forward and he doesn't even go for it. Sangal, a beautiful retake, a beautiful readjustment to be a man down, to come out on top. And it looks like Sangal just vehemently against SKADE, even considering that a long control. Rainwaker, collateral with an AK, is a glimmer of hope, but it's a glimmer of hope at that.
Well, a 2 versus 2. Somewhat winnable, but there we go. Rainwaker coming out on top with that engagement. That was a must-win fight. Now it just comes down to Engine. Brings it back into a 1-on-1. Flashbang over the top. Now has to face up against Denny. AWP in hand, but by Engine falling back and wasting some time here, it keeps Denny guessing. Denny starts to question whether Engine's fallen back. Maybe he could come short. Maybe he could come long. All of a sudden, all of the options are open. And there we go. He's expecting it to be elsewhere. He's deployed the Molotov into short and Engine. He's just going to re-aggress into CT. Denny completely unsuspecting of this for now.
Denny trying to make his way on forward. He's caught out by Engine, and just like that, Engine, he single-hand... Oh, he goes to the BM as well. It's just tough. Come forward here. And, well, for Sangal, they go for a bit of a firing spot towards the top of this, well, top of mid. And, well, Ships, Duplicate, and Oxygen all take the damage because of that.
No.
Paz lines up 2 of them, and it's just a perfect anti-strat from Sangal now. Rainwaker, he'll aggress up from long, but what good's he going to do here unless he really just lines up kills instantaneously? Ships tries to just justify a peek. Rainwaker, nice little shot there. Good for 2. Logic Man to trade, and once again, SKADE find themselves a man down.
They doing some damage, but oh, that was such a beautiful bait. To have the players fighting in top mid, to keep the CTs busy, and then just have Paz wrapping around into lower tunnels to finish off the job. Sensational stuff. As you say, with this man advantage, Ships, they know he's somewhere around towards CT. He's low HP, behind the door. 20 points of it, in fact, needs to take the gunfights. There's the first headshot and a second. 1v1, definitely doable, but as he spams away, runs out of ammo, and Logic Man's able to pick it.
Rarely see that in teams, and as Oxygen on the closer angle right now, he's the lone defender of this B site. He needs to try and line up for a multi-kill. Major just finishes the job. This, again, is all over for SKADE. I understand he still hit something incredible, but out they bear much equity here.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, Denny, all on his lonesome. He gets eliminated, and that was one of the quickest games of Counter-Strike I've seen in quite a while, to be honest. 16-2.